This is my first time out here with my bike in about 2 months. With the cold wind brushing against my face, I'm enjoying it. I'm riding my bike, even though it's cold, even though I have a cold wind brushing behind me, I'm not deterred. I love the weather, I love biking, and nothing's gonna stop me. It's an awesome message. It's a message which I'm relaying to myself. I often talk about on my channel here on YouTube about the importance of sending yourself positive messages, of thanking yourself, of loving yourself, of caring for yourself, of knowing yourself, of recognizing yourself, and not being deterred thereafter. It's an automatic thing. If you love yourself, you are not deterred by other people's negativity. It's an automatic thing. When you feed your body good food, healthy food, you're kind to yourself. You have dignity for yourself. You have respect for yourself and you care for yourself. And when other people don't have such nice respect for you, don't have respect for you, they're not kind to you, it doesn't touch you. It doesn't bother you. I'm riding my bike. I'm enjoying the sunset behind me. Look at the sunset all behind me. It's beautiful. I feel so excited. The summer is not so far away. We're already in January and the summer is not so far away. Obviously, we still have to encounter a winter storm. I heard that we might be getting snow soon. Okay, so we might be getting snow. But nonetheless, the summer is not far away. Last summer, I really enjoyed myself. I had such a good time. I came out to the park. I did my amazing YouTube videos here in the park. And I also spoke about such amazing new ideas which I was learning. I've learned new ideas since. I've integrated new ideas since. And the path of my life is manifesting. The positivity within my life is manifesting, is aligning, and is integrating me into high levels of spiritual ascension, of deep, deep, deep inner happiness. What happens when you find that inner happiness from within? What happens when you exercise? When you eat healthy? When you tell yourself positive messages? When you care for yourself? When you recognize yourself? When you know yourself? You're not deterred by anybody else. That might be the second time I repeated it on this video, but it's important to have it repeated more than once. Because so many people think the spiritual ascension is about getting outside of yourself. It's about seeing yourself from a different paradigm. When in reality, it's not so. It's not about seeing yourself from a different paradigm. It's about knowing yourself, not being deterred, not being swayed by anybody's negativity. In this week's Bible reading, in this week's Torah portion, which Jews from around the world read in their synagogues, it is Parshat Shemot, which literally means names. But I'm not going to go into the literal translation of the word. I'm going to actually go into what happened with Moses. What happened when Moses was afraid to speak in front of Pharaoh. He said, I can't speak in front of Pharaoh. I have lips which are the stuttering type. In other words, Moshe had a stutter, and the story is told that he got that stutter after he touched coal as a child, and it made him become affected by the cold. He was affected by the cold. He got a speech impediment. Moshe said, please God, please don't make me speak in front of Pharaoh. Please don't make me speak in front of Pharaoh. There's no way I can speak in front of Pharaoh. with my speech impediment. God said to Moses, "You're not getting out of this one. Sorry, but you're not getting out of this one." Moses tried. He wasn't having it. He didn't want to speak in front of Pharaoh. He didn't want to speak in front of Pharaoh. And he tried to get out of it. God said to him, "All right, bring your brother along, and that should hopefully do the trick." But eventually Moses made do with his speech impediment, and he grew in confidence, and eventually he was able to speak in front of Pharaoh. And he wasn't deterred by the negativity which that speech impediment caused him to have. What does that teach us? That teaches us the inner resolve that comes from within. Of course, in the beginning, it's a little scary. You've been told that you can't speak in front of a lot of people. You've been told that speaking in front of a very famous person is not something you could do. Eventually, Moses turned it around and he became somebody to reckon with. And Pharaoh eventually realized that this is somebody to reckon with. And especially on the night of the 10th plague, when Pharaoh was afraid that it was his own life that was in peril, he came searching for Moses in his pajamas. It's a powerful message. Pharaoh be pajama be'emsa alayla, which is a Hebrew song which quite literally means that Pharaoh came running, searching for Moses in his pajamas in the middle of the night. It's a powerful message, and it's all about the kind of ideas, the kind of idea I tell you about here on my YouTube channel. I tell you, don't allow your limitations to keep you back. Don't allow your limitations to define you. If I would have allowed my limitations, or my perceived limitations, which came from so many different messages I got from people that inferred to me that I have a problem, whether it was a speech problem, I don't speak perfectly, or whether it was people telling me that I'm not good enough. If I would have had that, I don't even think you would have seen one YouTube video out. Now, I have over 700 YouTube videos, which I have put out on my channel here on YouTube. I am proud of myself. I deliver amazing messages here on YouTube. On my channel here on YouTube, I deliver beautiful messages all about resolve, all about my unique life experience, which has given me the unbelievable success I've had in my life. I'm a successful person. I'm a happy person. I'm a successful person. But don't think it came with ease. Don't think I started off that way. Whenever you are squeezed down, mostly by yourself, by the way. If you think somebody else is to blame for your impediments, that's also something wrong. Nobody else is to blame. In this life, you are in control. You have godly powers and you are in control. And nobody, absolutely nobody, could decide for you whether you have inner resolve or you don't. Whether you believe in negative messages which you told yourself in the past or you don't. Nobody decides that for you. Nobody can sway you if you know your inner resolve, your inner strength, and you're not deterred by anything. Nobody is to blame for your problems. Nobody is to blame for your inability to find your inner spark, your inner soul. Nobody is to blame. You own your own destiny. You own your own destiny, and you could define yourself from the inner spark from within. Ascend. Come along with me in my YouTube channel, which is all about helping you inspire yourself. Don't be deterred. Don't be swayed by anybody's negativity, because anybody else's negativity has nothing to do with your spark. If you have an inner spark, nobody could extinguish that spark. Remember that. Allow that to be part of you. Know my story. I share my story here on YouTube with strength. I'm proud of my story. I'm proud of who I am. I'm not deterred. Despite so much rejection I faced in my life, I'm not deterred. I will not be broken. I am not broken. Nobody has broken me. Why? Because I have inner resolve, which I always knew I had. Because I have inner resolve. And you also do. Don't be swayed. Don't be dissuaded. And don't be manipulated by anybody. Nobody can break your spark. And those who try to break your spark, know that it comes from a place of past neglect and pain. You can't be a happy person and at the same time hurt another human being. You can't be a happy person and at the same time find negativity in another human being. It's impossible. It's your past neglect and denial of that neglect which is talking when you hurt another human being. Come along with me, my journey, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now and press the bell notification next to the subscribe button. Press the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and drop a comment. I love you all so much. Have a great evening. I love you.